the case of Matthew Fulder, who's seen his 32-year sentence for 137 charges of child sex abuse reduced in the Court of Appeal to 25 years after the judge spoke of his absence of previous convictions and his loving and caring family. We're comparing that to the young people caught up in the so-called county lines drug dealing gangs who are likely to have come from very dysfunctional backgrounds. Many of them will be in care or certainly in pupil referral units, which is where you get stuck if you've been excluded from school. And the criminals identify the vulnerable youngsters and then exploit, traffic and turn them into drug dealers, a modus operandi that's almost identical to the grooming gangs, the sexual exploitation that was visited upon young people in the northern towns, most infamously of Rotherham and Rochdale. It's identifying the vulnerable victims and then exploiting them and trafficking them. And as a law and order issue, if you get your information from Baroness J's independent inquiry into what happened in Rotherham rather than from a far-right website, you'll understand that a massive part of the problem was the lack of cooperation from the victims. Because they, in the cases of the sexual exploitation, they think these scumbags are somehow their boyfriends. They feel a debt of loyalty towards them. And B, fear of consequences. The second one applies particularly to the county lines gangs, because you might be underage, you might be a victim of crime, but if you go to the authorities, they will find you. And they will hurt you. And they will, as a couple of stories recently have attested, kill you. So what are you going to do? And seeing as we're talking about how the class of an accused may have an effect upon how they're treated in court, just for a moment, and again this comes out from Baroness J's report into the Rotherham scandal, absolutely crystal clear. What if you're in the witness stand? What if you're in the witness stand, giving evidence as a victim of crime, and you don't have the ready charm, the correct behaviour, the clothes, the suit, the smart outlook, the firm handshake? You're in the witness stand as a victim, but you don't quite look right to the judge. Who's going to get treated more fairly as a victim? The person in the dirty tracksuit who's hungry and a little bit dirty perhaps? Or the person in their best suit whose mum's polished their shoes that morning and sent them off with a spring in their step? The Eton case was a gentleman, again I use that word very, very loosely, called Andrew Pickard, who was 17 years old when he was caught with more than 2,000 indecent images of children on his computer at Eton College. You'll never guess how long he got sent to prison for. Yeah, you're right, he didn't.